What's up, you guys? Sean Ross App. It is September 25th. We are here for the Fightful Fight Night watch-along of UFC 266. We got Steven Jensen here with us. He is the host of The Weekender over on Fightful Select. Steven, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm going to be very biased tonight, unfortunately. Nick Diaz is my favorite fighter ever. I love Robbie Lawler, but I can't believe this is actually happening right now. Sure. And I'm glad that I get to spend the time watching it with my boys, watching it with the chat. So I am pumped up right now. How you guys doing?
Well, we got Doug here as well. You'll know him from the legendary RVD Tito for Life. My God, one of the first YouTubers I ever watched. Douglas, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I'm extremely nervous. This is about to go down, and I can't believe it.
And we have noted newsbreaker Rob Wilkins on the show, breaking that AEW Full Gear news. I saw some tweets about Full Gear is going to announce this Monday. And I'm like, our boy Rob Wilkins had that days ago. Yes. Days ago. Put some respect on his name.
Yes. And, the thing is I did not have this on my bingo card, seeing a Nick Diaz fight in September of 2021.
Well, I still don't have it on my bingo card because until that cage door closes, I don't believe that a Nick Diaz fight will actually happen. So, my God, guys, leave a thumbs up if you're watching this on whatever platform. It's on a bunch of different platforms. But also subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, donate a super chat to get your question or statement read on the air. Unfortunately, the Twitter broadcasts are all different now. It doesn't have it embedded into the tweet, so a little harder for people to find us. So please retweet the link and all of that good stuff. Ricardo El Idolo says, hope you're having a great night tonight. Sup, SRS? Oh, just hanging out. Just having a good time. But, yeah.
Man, how on brand is it too with the weight change this week for this? You know what I mean? Like you were saying, Sean, you never know until he actually shows up in the octagon. But earlier this week, all of our hearts stopped when we saw that report from Halloway. Breaking news: Diaz Lawler, and it was oh no.
Yep.
Here he comes. You got to be Deftones, right?
It's got to be. There is no other option.
Oh, I'm marking out right now.
Big pop. It's not.
Yeah, I can't tell what this is actually. I have the audio pretty low though, so I can hear you guys better.
Get that Monster energy drink there.
So predictions, guys. Who do you think is going to win?
I got Lawler. I do. I think activity is important, and Nick Diaz is a 38-year-old man who hasn't fought in years and years and years, and he wasn't winning well before that. So,
I got Nick, Sean.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Robbie said you got Lawler as well.
Yeah, money-wise, I got Lawler, but I would be okay if Diaz wins, but I'd rather win money.
Dude, I saw Robbie Fox tweet out for the Barstool odds earlier today. It was it was Nick Diaz was plus 750 to win by KO, TKO, or DQ. And I was like, damn, that's I was real surprised to see that. I'm not giving anybody any kind of financial advice or betting advice, by the way. I'm just saying, I couldn't believe that.
The only thing for me is the Colby fight really showed the blueprint of beating Robbie Lawler. And if Nick if he's still that cardio king that has crazy output, then that might be enough. But there's so many things like the weight change and the inactivity. He is I saw a thing where he is the most inactive fighter to ever return, lengthwise. So no one's ever been out this long and fought.
Wow.
Damn.
He looks like he doesn't even want to be there. I know he says that in his interviews and stuff, but he really looks like he doesn't want to be there right now.
Part of me feels like he's going to walk right in there, drop his hands, and let him just knock him out cold and be like, I took my punches. Yeah. I took them.
This is wild.
He still doesn't look all that angry, though. Like, normally by the time he gets at this point, he's furious. He's really upset that he's in there. He's ready to destroy. I'm not seeing that right now.
No, I feel the same way. He has entered the octagon, y'all.
Wow.
It is happening, Sean.
It's happening, Sean.
My thing is still him getting he's about to walk up the stairs, so I might be a little bit behind you guys, but
yeah, he's in.
Yeah, oh, he's there. He's in there. There's still time. Run away.
Come on, Nick. Wow. Get angry. Let's go.
Wow.
I remember when Robbie was 20.
Yeah, right.
He was like one of the youngest fighters in the UFC, and he was 20, and now he's 39.
A full head of hair.
Yep.
I'll never forget when he beat Tiki Gosen. Robbie. That was the funniest.
He took a huge chunk out of his eyelid.
Oh, that was nasty.
Mm.
Tiki's excuses are pretty funny.
I was telling Steven, like, I really love Robbie too, though. So this is very, like, you know, it's hard for me to cheer against Robbie, but yeah, Nick is a one of a kind.
But yeah, Robbie, a legend in his own right, for sure. I mean, it makes sense for him to be the favorite. It really does make sense for Robbie to be the favorite in the fight.
For sure. But he's also on a losing streak as well, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. This is unreal.
I swear I feel like Nick is just going to quit in there. It just feels like he's going to, like, lay down.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
It wouldn't either for me.
Do you feel better right now, Doug, right now, or when we watched Tito box the other week?
Oh, I feel way better. Listen, I didn't have 1 inch of thought that Tito could win that fight, so this is a little bit different.
I think there's an infinite possibility more that Nick Diaz could win this fight than Tito winning that fight.
Oh my God, this is it. I see people mentioning my beard in the chat. This is actually coming off tomorrow. I've reached my capacity.
All right, you past the itching point?
Yeah, I mean, I usually get it nice and thick for football, but it's just like becoming too much. All right, here we go. Fight has started. Nick started with us.
You can't shave it till the Vikings win. Oh God.
I could be down with that. I'll wait till tomorrow after we beat the Seahawks.
Nick looks awful.
Yeah, Nick looks absolutely terrible.
Oh my God.
Robbie just backed him up against the.
Oh, he's not even throwing punches.
Yeah, this is pretty well how I thought this would go.
There he goes.
4:30, just so everyone knows. I know we're all kind of a little bit different.
I'm 15 seconds behind you guys, but that's all good.
Oh, I could pause it. We all catch up.
It's okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Woof.
Nick is starting to come back, but man, did that look bad.
I mean, he looks just way slower. He looks like he's already kind of hurt. Like
the 185 is just way off.
Yeah.
This is a money grab, man.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't as bad as like VJ Penn, though, at least, right?
No.
Like, not like that, at least.
Here comes Nick. He's starting to get his boxing going, but man, does he look slow.
Looks terrible.
Yes.
Heard his buddy got KTFO'd earlier, too.
Yes.
Remember Chris Avila used to get on cards because the Diaz's were
so bad, too.
Yeah.
I think he's still with the group. He's there right now in this weekend, but like I don't know if he still fights.
Hey, he landed a couple punches.
Yeah, he's doing okay now.
He's been alternating stances also, I've noticed.
Robbie's face is actually a little red. Oh, nice body shot from Nick there. But I mean, Nick looks like he's straight up off the bar stool.
Yes, he does. I've never seen him look like this
Nothing.
physically. Which, I mean, he's a 38-year-old guy. He's not. He's
Yeah.
not nearly.
What's crazy though is if you look at him like 3 months ago, he was shredded.
Yeah,
It's
And,
true.
like, the more he trained, the worse he looked.
Oh, Robbie just landed a nice left. Y'all are seeing it in a second.
Ooh.
good uppercut. Good combo.
Nick still has a chin.
Yeah, he does.
And he still
Robbie-
doesn't check leg kicks.
Yeah, you figure that most of these fighters would just spam leg kicks on both the Diaz brothers at this point. It's always just right there.
That's why, like, if Nate fights Vicente Luque, he is going to light him up with leg kicks. I mean, honestly, Nick is starting to swarm him.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting a little more comfortable. He's throwing some combos finally.
Yeah, at least he's being a little bit active, and that
Yeah.
sure beats the way that he opened up.
Nick looks like he's trying to audition for a Jake Paul fight to me.
I'm so down for that.
He's walking him down.
Here we
Oh,
go. Yeah,
body
Nick's
shot.
starting to put it together.
Body shot.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Nick.
One body head. Throwing some good combos.
Robbie's getting picked apart.
Very, very glad to see Diaz at least throwing.
Yeah.
There you go, Nick.
There now he's opening up. I mean, these punches are coming in slow, but it doesn't matter. They're connecting. So
Yes. And it's punches and bunches. That's what happens. He swarms you.
It's the same game plan, just slower. Like he's still doing like the lighter punches, but volume. He just isn't as quick anymore. But he's looking all right. I mean, Lawler's got him up against the cage.
and that's usually where Diaz finds his home is when he backs up somebody against the cage. Both of the Diaz brothers. But
Oh,
now
now Robbie's teeing off. Oh, now Nick's teeing off.
Back and forth.
This is great.
Yeah, this is a hell of a fight. I can't wait to watch, or at least the later minutes of it are. And not the toughest shots you've ever seen, but at least they're coming in quantity. I heard the Dvalishvili fight was really good earlier. I can't wait to watch
First
that.
round.
Incredible.
Insane.
I mean, Marias like stopped him. Like he had him finished, and
He had him.
came back. I mean, that was an
If
incredible.
there was a different referee, Marias might have won that fight.
That was a good example of like when they let it go. Like give some of these guys the benefit of the doubt that are just super tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Diaz. All right, that's the end of the round.
Oh, wow. You're already there, huh?
Yeah, I'm at 26 seconds.
Okay, the round just ended for me.
Whew.
That was looking rough in the beginning, but honestly, Nick started to really throw those punches.
Yeah.
Joe Schilling in Diaz's corner is like, man, you're a fucking legend.
He's probably like, why am I getting hit right now? This is bull crap.
Well, I wonder if this looks any different if it's like someone Diaz doesn't like. You know what I mean? It's like it just seems like he didn't want this fight. He likes Lawler.
Yeah.
Like he's literally
Very
just
true.
doing this for a bunch of other people and to get paid, obviously. But like in between rounds here, I saw we got a couple of super chats. Rob Reed says, "Is this 5 rounds?" Yikes! Yeah,
Yes.
This is 5 rounds. Definitely, we got to keep that in mind. And then we had Ricardo Idolo with another one. Very much enjoying this fight. Dude. I mean, the matchup makes all the sense in the world. Like,
Yes.
for where both these guys are at in skill
I
wise and
agree.
everything. So,
Yeah.
and thank you for
This
the
is
super
almost
chat.
like a Legends division fight, you know?
Yeah.
And I like that. There's obviously a big market for that.
For sure.
Yeah. It's a big market for all this stuff now, dude. I watched some guy called Supreme Patty box some guy called John Gabbana last night on Fight TV. Like, I don't know either of these guys. They're like both from Instagram, but I'll watch it. Like, Why not?
People like to watch people that they care about fight each other. I mean,
Yeah.
Yep. Damn, Robbie. Oh, Robbie with the knee.
all right.
Round
just
Nick
started for me.
spamming uppercuts.
Usyk versus Joshua was really good today, too.
It was. Usyk looked great.
Yeah, he did.
yeah, he looked. That was such a
Oh,
fantastic
that hurt.
performance.
That hurt Nick. That body kick hurt Nick. That
Yeah.
backed him up. Nick's running.
Yeah, I don't see this lasting too long. Man, he's honoring his former foe, Carlos Condit, in retirement.
Right.
Walking away
around the cage. Yeah.
That was one of the most frustrating fights ever to watch.
I feel like neither one of them were ever the same after that fight.
It's true. It was cool to see Nick Diaz and GSP shaking hands backstage tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering their
and the output is just insane.
Right, I mean.
And it's like whenever Robbie starts to really let it on, Nick always punches back. Backs him up.
Diaz kind of walking around again. Oh. One of the things that's so interesting about... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
It looks like he's got pillow hands right now, but I mean...
Yeah.
His thing was never like crazy knockout power. It was more pepper people with stuff. But, I mean... Robbie Lawler can take it, too.
I also think at 185, he just doesn't have the same power.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Good left by Lawler.
Because, gosh, I can't remember. I mean, he didn't have that many fights at 185. I know that a lot of his. I know the catch weight with Shamrock was at 180. But
yep. And then you had the Anderson fight. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And then Lawler had that whole Strikeforce run at 185.
Yeah.
But he didn't become a champion again until he dropped to 170. Like, 170 is his bread and butter.
Like, I remember him losing to, like, Lorenz Larkin or something in Strikeforce.
Yep.
Hey, Diaz. I mean, this is a really back and forth fight.
I mean, regardless, if you're fighting Nick, you're in for a fight. That guy is going to throw a ton of punches. He's not going to back down. Nick is tired, though, it looks like to me.
Which is something I never thought I'd hear.
No.
Yeah.
I said, this man, he looks in the worst shape I've ever seen him in.
I wonder if who knows, but I wonder if there was like a reason beyond just like, I'm too lazy to make 185. Like if he was dealing with like an injury or something that was like messing with his weight cut or something.
I bet he was ready to quit all the way till like the fight week. They talked him into coming in.
Yeah. I mean, that's totally possible too. I mean, because it had to have been some sort of ultimatum where he was like, hey, I'm not going to show up at 170. So like, you guys got to figure it out or I'm not coming.
Right.
And he claims that if he gets beat, he's going to come back. This is 5 rounds?
This is 5 rounds. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, shit. That shows you how detached I am from MMA these days.
Well, honestly, to be fair, I had no idea it was 5 rounds till Ariel reported the weight change and said it's still 5 rounds. I was like, oh, okay.
It's very weird. I don't know. I mean, first off, why do 5 fights on this card if you're going to have 3 5-round fights? That is a recipe for disaster. Has been many times. I just think Strikeforce Nashville every time, like all those title fights.
Oh,
well, what's funny is the 5-round non-title fight and not main event of a fight night or whatever is only been for Diaz fights.
True.
Yeah.
Nate got it from Leon Edwards, and then this one.
Needle movers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Robbie's teeing off at the end of the round here. Oh, Nick looks hurt. He's like,
right now the needle's moving on Nick's oxygen tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's the end of the second round for me.
I'm at second round now.
Ooh. Who do y'all think is winning this fight? I want the chat to let us know, and also you guys. Who do you think's winning right now? 2 rounds.
I think Lawler wins in round 4.
I think Lawler has octagon control. I'd like to see who's landed more punches because they've both thrown a lot.
Yeah.
But Lawler is dictating the fight.
After 2, do you think Lawler's up 2-0 or you think it's 1-1 or?
I think Lawler looked better in the second than he did in the first. So I'm probably going to go 1-1.
I got Lawler up 2 rounds.
Sean's got 2-0. What about you, Rob? 2-0
I got
Lawler,
Lawler
1-1?
with 2.
2-0, okay. I'm
What
too
about you,
biased.
Steve?
I'd say 1-1, but I'm incredibly biased. Like,
Yeah, I'm saying so. Hey, at least we're not like Diaz 2-0.
No, I mean, like, I can be realistic, but I just know that, like, my fandom is like, it can definitely skew how I see things.
But my
gotta
fandom
keep it
is
real.
dying down a little bit though, because it's not the same Nick Diaz that we've seen.
Oh, here.
Like this is.
We watched
This
the
is
beginning of this
not.
round. He's coming out hot at least.
I've got it Gillard 29-27.
Hard. What's he doing nowadays? Probably bare knuckle.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like he hasn't.
Oh,
won.
Robbie.
Robbie's got Diaz up against the cage again.
That's another thing too, is you can tell that Diaz is in the best of shape because he's welcoming the cage way too much.
Yeah. Oh, Diaz or Lawler hurt him.
Yeah, Gillard's lost 11 straight fights. And
Oh, that hurt him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's down.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diaz
He's
doesn't
on
want to
up.
answer the bell. Oh, that's it. That's it. He gave up. He straight up gave up.
Oh, he's done. Wow.
On my 4th round.
Done.
Wow. So for those of you watching, or basically what happened is Lawler just landed some heavy strikes. Diaz crumbled, and then the referee, Lawler backed up to let Diaz stand up, and Diaz just straight up told the referee he was done. I mean, that's something I thought I'd say about Nick Diaz either. He just straight up stopped.
That's kind of the reason why I always say I never believe it until he's in the cage. And really,
Yeah.
This ain't Nick Diaz. What we just saw wasn't Nick Diaz.
No.
Nope.
That was not the Nick Diaz that I've ever known. Now, I mean, I've had plenty of criticism of him in the past. I thought that Elite XC and Strikeforce set up a lot of strikers for him, with the exception of Frank Shamrock. But regardless, I mean, he always came to fight. He did not come to fight tonight. To me, this was Anthony Rumble Johnson levels of against Cormier levels of unmotivated. Okay, I'm going to go in here, but I know I've got my foot out the door, and he said that he's going to come back soon if he loses. I hope not, looking like that.
Yeah, he'd have to look dramatically different, which, I mean, I don't know. But Nick is not someone that has ever quit.
Yeah,
so to see him quit, that's pretty eye-opening to me.
Damn.
When Lawler got that shot in the abdomen earlier, that looked like it really hurt him.
Yeah. Yeah, Diaz took a beating in there.
Like I said, I don't think that that's Nick Diaz.
No. But, I mean, it is what it is. That's what I mean. Thank God he didn't come back and fight Usman. Oh, my God.
This is a perfect
he was
example.
bitching at Dana White, saying that he should be fighting Usman. Could you imagine how bad Usman would have beat the brakes off of him?
He'd knock him out.
I mean, Diaz hasn't won in 10 years. What does he want?
Wow.
Man. That is really the definition of seeing a shell of somebody right there.
Yep. Yeah. That is the example of sometimes it's better to just stay retired.
Yeah. It's like a Heisenberg moment, for Breaking Bad fans out there at the end of the series, where they're like, Mr. White, you shouldn't have come back. It's that's it right there. Hopefully he made some decent money at least. Oof. Cormier's interviewing Lawler for those watching right now, just trying to hear.
I'll tell you what, though, the post-fight Diaz interviews are going to be pay-per-view worthy.
If he shows up.
Eventually somebody will get him. Everybody happy now? I'm out. I took my punches. I'm done now. So y'all can all celebrate. Nobody likes me anyways.
Lawler says he's always had respect for Diaz. I'm trying to see if he's going to say what he wants to do next. Man. I mean, this next fight is probably going to be just just
lamb to slaughter.
I mean, Lauren Murphy's nickname is Lucky Lauren. Like,
she ain't lucky tonight.
Yeah, unlucky tonight, I think. Oh, they're going to interview Diaz in the cage.
Here he is. Hey, smiling.
Man, he knew it had it coming.
Diaz fought like his energy bar on EA UFC was like at the bottom, but he was still hitting the buttons.
Yeah.
It was rough. That was rough as hell. Damn. Cyclops says Diaz best win is Gomi. He's always been overrated. I mean, I always thought he was overrated too, but you know what? I saw the appeal. I did see the appeal. Rob Reed said this is 5 round. Yikes. Not anymore. Ricardo says that he was very much enjoying this fight. Well, we hope you enjoyed watching it with us. We do have 2 title fights coming up.
Diaz basically saying no excuses. Like, at least you put on a show. Kind of the vibe of this interview. Wow. Cormier says he hopes he sees us again to see him again in the octagon. Whew, yeah, I'd be all right with not seeing Nick fight anymore, unless it's like against some like super low level. I mean, like if CM Punk was still around, like maybe that'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not going to be in shape and not take it seriously, then yeah, there's no point.
No.
Yeah,
that was tough. But yeah, for those of y'all watching, thanks for joining the chat tonight. Let us know who you think is going to win this co-main event. We have Valentina Shevchenko taking on Lauren Murphy, defending the flyweight championship of the world. So we'll see.
Let me peep out the odds here. I need to pull up. Let me see here.
It's like plus 850 for Lauren Murphy.
Yeah, that even seems kind of
well, I think Valentina's
nice.
like minus 1,500 or 1,600.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was in Chicago when she knocked out. I've actually got the poster up there, but I was in Chicago when she knocked out Jessica Ai with that head kick, and that was like devastating.
Sound like a bat.
Whew.
There we go. Yeah, we can share the screen and keep the stats up here so people can check those out as the fights go on. I can't wait to see what the betting odds are for this next one.
Yeah.
Valentina Shevchenko. Oh, okay. Valentina Shevchenko is a minus 1,800 favorite over Lauren Murphy, a plus 980. For those of you who aren't betting people, if you wanted to make $100, you'd have to bet $1,800 on Valentina Shevchenko. However, if you bet $100 and Lauren Murphy wins, you get $980 back, which is wild. Ricardo El Idolo says Valentina all day. She's the greatest. I got sent betting odds by a place who had AEW Rampage odds, and they sent them to me on Thursday. And Anna Jay was favored to win after I had been in the venue and watched her lose the day before. So I was like, "Hey, can I put 50,000 on this?" And they did not let me.
Man.
Noted fan Nikita Krylov fan has hit me up and said, of all the endings, I didn't see Nick quitting as one of them. I saw him quitting before the fight started. That's why I kept saying I don't believe it until he's in the cage. It's just I don't know what happened like with that Diaz mentality, like where he just stopped wanting to fight, like in general. And that's okay. Everybody doesn't want to fight forever, but at some point he became the guy that just didn't really care to fight that much anymore.
Yeah, that
so
was rough.
Jake Shields said that Nick only trained for 6 weeks. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
But like I said, he looked awful, like just physically. I've never seen him look that bad. And then when he walked to the cage, he did not even look angry, like not even like involved.
When also like it's weird to see him that out of shape because like even when he wasn't fighting, he was still doing like triathlons and stuff. So it's like you'd figure he was still like in some sort of really good shape. But yeah, this is what it is. Oh, we got a big super chat there from Chris.
Oh, big thank you to Chris. Says I have to drive in the morning, so I can't stay to watch the rest, but you guys are awesome. Have a great night. Well, thank you so much, Chris. We really appreciate you.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Those super chats mean a lot that you guys investing in us. Rob Reed says, I just have not seen anyone close to Valentina's level yet. Joanna was the only one I saw close to her level. And Joanna and Amanda Nunes. And I mean, we had obviously Shevchenko and Nunes are very close to that same level.
Yeah, I think Shevchenko is really the only person that can beat Nunes in the UFC. Like
Dana seems open to the
decision.
rematch now.
Does he? I mean, that's really the only Shevchenko. I mean, nothing against Lauren Murphy, but like the main reason she's getting this shot is because Shevchenko's already beaten all the other women ranked near her. So it's like she's just getting to the point of like just completely clear, just total domination and clearing the division out. And her last fight with Nunes was a split decision loss. I mean, that's literally as close as you can get. I
mean, Nunes is facing Juliana Pena, who's 2-2 in her last 4. And by the way, Shevchenko beat her too.
I just looked it up. Lawler Diaz got $500,000 for the fight purse.
Whew. Good for him. That all makes a lot more sense now.
He'll probably
Lawler got 200.
Points. He'll probably get pay-per-view points too, knowing him.
Yeah. Yep. And that was a 500,000 flat, Rob. Like there was no.
Yeah, that's what it shows. I don't.
Okay.
But I don't know if the other stuff hasn't been reported. But that's just
that
what I
makes sense, though. I mean, that's not to really compare the two. That's what I think Punk was getting to. I mean, that's just the star power. Like they'll give you that much win or lose.
You know how Dana compared Mike Tyson and Nick Diaz is kind of, they remind him of each other. Yeah. Mike quit just like Nick did. That last fight when Mike got dropped, he just didn't want to fight anymore and quit just like Nick did.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Lawler got 200,000, but it says with his win, you'll probably get 350 total.
Okay.
And what do you do with Robbie? That was at 185, and now you have 170.
I think he had every intention in the world, obviously, of doing this at welterweight. So I'd imagine he'll stay there. I mean, he obviously can still go. I don't know. I mean, I keep giving him guys that are like in the lower half of like the top 15. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't keep throwing him in there against like Colby Covington type dudes.
Him and Nate would be interesting.
That's true. I think Nate would work him, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
That's mainly because Nate's at least been active and like has shown, and like that 5th round of the Leon Edwards fight that showed Nate like clearly can hang.
I thought Robbie looked pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I think that'd be an okay fight because, I mean, Nate isn't a world beater anymore. I mean, he's only won one fight in the last 5 years himself, but he showed himself to be in that Leon Edwards fight. And obviously Robbie Lawler is not on the Leon Edwards level right now. But I mean, Nate doesn't fight anymore either. That's his only fight in the last couple of years.
Sounds like Nate and Vicente Luque is what's going to happen. And if I'm Nate, I'd rather fight Robbie Lawler than Vicente Luque.
For sure.
Yeah.
Luque is looking like he could potentially be a champion.
Man, I think he might steamroll him.
I listened to Lauren Murphy all week, and it sounded like she watched really bad pro wrestling promos to hype herself up for this. She's like,
oh no.
It just seemed like it, and I get it. I mean, she's got to hype herself up any way that she can, but it just wasn't good promo material. On top of that, good on her for getting this fight, though. She deserves the fight.
Yeah.
She's from Houston, so I've actually met her. It was funny. Her and Valentina were doing the same meet and greet at a bar, Little Woodrow's, and She's in person. She's pretty chiseled.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She looks great. I mean, and she fully deserves this fight. She's won 5 in a row, and she beat Roxanne Modafferi when it meant a little bit more to beat her, and beat Andrea Lee and Calderwood. I think those are good wins. And if you're on a 5-fight winning streak in this division, you're probably getting a title shot. That's it's the way it
for
works.
sure. Especially
Maybe
with
3.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I mean, Andrade did it in 1. She came in and beat Chukagian, and then obviously she was a champion at bantamweight before that, but like, that's really
But look at that, right? Andrade total domination in round 1 to win her fight tonight, and like Valentina just completely destroyed her. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah, Valentina really is just. That's the only downside to her and Nunes fighting is like, I think Nunes is always going to have somewhat of an advantage because she normally fights at 135 and 145, and Shevchenko is clearly at her best at 125.
Yeah.
But she's so much better than the rest of the 125ers that like you got to get her something that's competitive.
Just my God, Shevchenko is just dominated it. She's beating the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
This match isn't going to go past the first round, I don't think.
Probably
also,
not.
it's just, oh my God.
Did anyone in the chat put money on this? Did anyone put money on Murphy? Do we have any potential big winners in here?
Like I mean, even if you put $10, even if you put $10, you're doing all right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you'd win. What, like, I guess $90 back on $10, give or take, $98.
And that's not Scott Steiner math either.
I mean, my math is terrible, so like I could be wrong. I'm just moving a decimal point in my mind. That's all I'm doing is moving the decimal point. I could be wrong. Because if you bet 100, you'd win 980, right? So, anyways, here comes Shevchenko. I'm looking forward to the post-fight dance she normally does. I'm always impressed how she doesn't hurt herself. I always think of like the Johnny Walker, like, pulling, tearing his shoulder out, doing the worm and stuff like that every time I see a celebration. But Shevchenko nails the spin she does.
Funny thing is, too, is Johnny Walker was never the same. He lost all his fights coming back.
Yeah. He's fighting. He's like the main event next weekend against Thiago Santos, I think.
He hasn't been the same since coming back from his knee surgery either.
Well, as long as somebody doesn't get into the ring tearing their quads, they should be okay.
Yeah. Pull the vents. Have to sit on your butt and cut a promo.
Yeah. I gotta say, it is impressive that Valentina Shevchenko is here fighting, because somewhere Maru Yamasaki has still not stopped the Priscilla Cachoeira fight. Shevchenko is still punching her somewhere, and has just managed to make it here.
Dude, that was so brutal. That was like one of the most uncomfortable, like, watching a fight ever.
Yes.
Funny thing about Valentina, too, is like she doesn't care who her opponent is. She just goes in there and destroys. Like, it doesn't matter. So, like, she's not going to, like, take this lightly. She's going to just try to kill this girl.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful, pleasant woman, but you know that as soon as she's out there, she's like, I must kill you.
Yep. Like, thank you so much. Okay, now I kill you.
Give you some things to remember me by.
Das Vidanya.
Oh, she's going to destroy Lauren Murphy.
Bad.
What do you guys think the method is? You think it's like a punch, a head kick? What do y'all think?
I just think Lauren's going to be really stiff, and she's just going to get eaten up by technical strikes, and it's probably going to be a stoppage.
Like first round? Like super?
Yeah, this isn't. I don't think this is going past the first round.
Yeah.
I think Rob said the same. You were thinking first round, Rob?
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's be surprised.
I just noticed something so consistent about Shevchenko. She has fought twice a year, every year since she came into the UFC. Every single year. So she's done all this run since December 2018, where she beat Joanna, Carmouche, Shikagian, Maya, Andrade. Like, oh my God, man.
No wonder Dana loves her.
And it's like she's also beat Juliana Pena, who's challenging for the bantamweight title. Holly Holm, who is a former featherweight champion, former top featherweight and a former bantamweight champion. Unreal, man.
No nonsense, Keith Peterson, referee for this one. Keith Beer and Cigarettes Peterson.
Joel Pearl saying Murphy rocks her randomly and wins. As if.
We can see Valentina this Tuesday as Ivy Nile on NXT.
I'm so out of the loop.
Ivy Nile actually fought once. She did Raw Underground as well.
Oh.
Well, that's legit.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw I saw something about. Oh no, actually, I saw it on Fightful Select. I didn't know that Riddick Moss had come back. He was my favorite thing about Raw Underground.
All right, Lauren, let's do it for H-Town.
Oh, come on. For H-Town. Oh, no. Well, now that you said that, she's going to win. She's going to go, right? You know what? I wasn't going to. But for Houston?
That's right. Derek Lewis let us down. You're our only hope.
Oh, man.
Your new hope is Brian Keith, Doug.
Yeah. He wrestled tonight. He wrestled Stallion Rogers is his new name now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that was a great match.
Fuego wrestled Mysterious Q to like a 40-minute match.
Was this all in Loco?
No, this is New Texas. It should be on Independent Wrestling this weekend.
Was Cole Radrick there?
Yep.
Nice.
And facing Max Heights.
Nice. All right, so this fight's about to start. They just touched gloves.
Roxy defended the ROH title too. She probably hasn't done it yet, but she's scheduled to.
Hell yeah! I was happy to see her win that tournament. That was
for sure.
Tournament. It's a really good match too. Her and Alize. All right, the fight's about to start. Round one. Ding, ding, ding.
All my nerves are gone now, though, so I can just enjoy it now.
Yeah. Pretty much worst case scenario happened. I mean, like we're still here to live the rest of this out. So, and I'm happy for Robbie as much as I'm like, all about Nick and everything. Like I'm very happy for Robbie. Like he's a great dude. There's no reason to dislike Robbie Lawler at all.
Well, and seeing the way Nick was, it just kind of took the wind out of my sails. It's hard to get behind that when it's like out of shape and output's all off and slow.
On the flip side, you got the total opposite now on Shevchenko, just world class, super motivated, just holding the center of the octagon.
Inner prime.
Has it started for you guys?
Yeah.
It has. I'm at 405.
Okay. I'm about
I am not. 405? Really?
405 of the first, yeah.
I just hit 405.
My gosh.
But I can I won't.
No, it's okay.
Pause a little bit. I mean,
I'm at like 440. But yeah. Okay.
Would this be the biggest upset? Like,
yes,
it would be. Like betting wise,
maybe.
Because I know the Holm Rousey one was a big one, but like,
nowhere close.
Yeah, but it seems less likely that Murphy could beat Shevchenko than when Holm and Rousey fought.
For me, like GSP Sarah was probably the biggest upset, and I was there for that fight, which was just insanity, but. Like, this would be the biggest upset in UFC history, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. mean, Shevchenko or Murphy rather hasn't been able to do anything so far. She's just kind of circling and just eating whatever Shevchenko's thrown so far.
It kind of looked like Valentina wanted her to strike so she could counter, and now she's just getting frustrated and just going to go ahead and throw strikes.
Murphy hasn't landed anything still. You can tell just by the way Shevchenko's hands look. Like she's just ready to uncork. Like she's just waiting for that opportunity.
Yep. Oh, nice leg kick there. Whoops, spinning back kick.
All Lauren Murphy's been able to do whatsoever so far is just throw leg kicks. And they haven't really landed. Shevchenko with a nice combo, like a 1-2 to the head and a leg kick.
2 minutes. See if she survives.
And Shevchenko is just so good. Everything is so on the money. No wasted motion.
Mm-hmm.
The technique is off the charts. Murphy tried to get her with like some slick stuff. It just didn't work.
Oh, God. Like, you could see Murphy's defense, and, I mean, her chin was just open. Like, this is not going to go well.
Good job, Joe Pearl.
What did he say?
He said, I'll be a contrarian. Murphy rocks her randomly and wins.
Yeah.
Looking real promising, Joe Pearl.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Oh, spinning back fist by Shevchenko. Oh,
fight went longer than I thought.
Well, Shevchenko's also being like kind of conservative still. Like,
yes,
she's not just like unloading on her, but like Murphy has not been able to do anything whatsoever. And Shevchenko takes her down with 20 seconds left in the round.
Man.
Like Sean was saying, I mean, like, this is the fight that made the most sense for, I mean, like,
yes.
Murphy definitely earned this. It's just the gap is just so wide between Shevchenko and the rest of the division.
I don't want people to hear me trashing this performance and say, like, oh, she didn't deserve it. She absolutely deserved it. She earned it. She's got the 5 wins in a row. It's just she's overmatched. Everybody is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's okay. That happened with Demetrius Johnson for a long time, but somebody's got to be the person to challenge. I mean, all the greats had that. They were at one point so overwhelming, like GSP, Anderson Silva, John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, Ronda Rousey, even for all of her holes. And the people that they faced, like a Betch Correia, was completely overmatched and had no chance of winning. But they were the person that had next.
Yep.
Well, and what happens is there's probably fighters that could possibly be more deserving, but they've already lost to the champion. Yeah. So then they have to even have more wins in a row to get a rematch.
Yep. I mean, that's the situation they're dealing with at middleweight right now with Adesanya is like he's already been running back rematches.
Yeah.
So like, you know, then the next fight is him and Whitaker again, which is a good fight, and like Whitaker totally earned it. Like it's the right fight to make, but like that's basically Adesanya's career for like the last year and like the next year coming up is just going to be him running it back against people he's already beat.
Sounds like they might be moving to the States.
Who's that? Adesanya?
Yeah, his whole camp because of what Dan Hooker had to go through.
Oh, really? Yeah, that whole like Eugene Behrman camp over there. Yeah, that was a whole mess. Like, I was surprised.
Well, they said that like you actually get put in a lottery. So, like, say there's only 27 spots, but they put 130 people into the lottery, and so if they don't get picked, then they can't come and fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Like, they let Nick Diaz like change the weight class from 170 to 185, but like they still made Hooker make weight at like flying over to the US. Like,
know your role.
That's.
Oh, you want 5 rounds too? Sure, we'll give you 5 rounds. No problem. Well, Lauren had her up against the cage and was going for a takedown, but it did not work.
That was her biggest moment of offense so far. That was weak. She just threw a leg kick and like was off balance, and Shevchenko punched her in the head twice while she was trying to throw a leg kick.
She looked a little wobbled backing up too.
Yeah.
I mean, we were wrong with the first round prediction, but everything else is pretty much going the way we thought.
Yeah. Valentina's just fighting smart. Like, she's not overcommitted to anything. She's not making any mistakes. She knows she outclasses Murphy. Like, it's just. I think she'll still finish her. I mean, that was just landed another nice right.
Especially if it's 5 rounds. I think she'll definitely finish her in a 5-round fight.
Yeah. The next fight is much more up in the air. Like Ortega and Volkanovski, that's like a coin flip almost. Like I think I see most people taking Ortega, which I think is kind of interesting. I don't necessarily hate it. I just think it's interesting. I've seen more people thinking Ortega's going to win.
I got Ortega.
I think a lot of people don't give Volkanovski full credit because the second Halloway fight, so many people think Halloway won, but like that's still Halloway. Like, you know, like you don't really lose anything by going to a 5-round war with Max Halloway. Like, Ortega got beat up for 5 rounds by Halloway.
I agree with that, but I also think Ortega was on a huge roll until that Halloway fight, and then he came back and he destroyed the Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
And so, like, I just think that he's a guy that's only going to get better.
Yeah. And I heard that he had a hand injury early in the Halloway fight too, Ortega, which might have messed him up a bit, being able to throw strikes and whatnot. But
what I like now is they hate each other too, so should be good.
I didn't watch any of the Ultimate Fighter, but I guess it helped build the fight.
Yep.
We got Shevchenko on the ground, by the way, y'all, just controlling Murphy on the ground. She's on the top, and looking like she might be trying to eventually try to work like a head and arm choke or something. The way she's kind of like isolating her head.
And the way she was reacting to Murphy.
Yeah.
She looked like she got
sorry, go ahead.
A little panic in her.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Got to say there were a lot of people who probably lost some money on the Shevchenko under 1 round betting line there.
Yeah.
Thinking that they could rock with that and pick up a lot of money. Let me see what the line was on that.
On the 1 round?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against Murphy once again, but she just has no answer on the ground whatsoever.
Shevchenko winning in round 1 was a plus 275, which I think is something a lot of people would have went for.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it say there, Sean, like which round would be the highest amount?
Or what would be the most likely?
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like
that one.
Which you would win the okay.
That one. Shevchenko round 1. Although her winning by unanimous decision was a plus 260.
Okay.
Well, Lauren Murphy said she was tough. I'll give her that.
That she did.
Yeah. Her face is taking a beating so far. The left side of her face, they're having to pay a lot of attention to that between rounds. But speaking of Halloway from earlier, I saw that him and Yair is official again for November. That'll be a great fight.
I truly no longer, because I don't cover this even part-time as much anymore. I do these. I only look at the fight cards the week of anymore.
I think that's the same night as Full Gear.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
I'm probably doing an overnight there for that. I think. I don't think I'm going to go there for Rampage for that one.
How badass was Grand Slam, Sean?
Oh, it was so rad. It was such a good show. Such a good show.
Came across awesome on TV.
Brian Danielson, right? That looked amazing. That looked like Rock Hogan.
Yeah.
Like energy.
The Adam Cole chants and reactions were deafening. I really think they should have went with a 1 hour Rampage, but because I don't think they needed a 5 hour show there, and they could have filmed. Yeah. I would say they could have filmed Rampage before, but there were so many people who weren't even at the venue until 8, and upstairs in the 100 levels as the show was getting started, it was like District 9 in the Hunger Games trying to get to concession stands. People were fighting over like a sprinkle of salt from a pretzel. It was nuts. Oh man.
Was that the best live event you've attended, Sean?
There might be a pay-per-view that I thought was better. All Out was really good.
Yeah.
Both really, AEW shows.
Yeah, and I've been to a couple takeovers that were really good too.
Yeah.
But I didn't start going to events really until like 2017. And then I started to go to more. And then 2019 I stepped it up.
I remember you saying, like, you've never been to WrestleMania, right?
Never been to WrestleMania, no. I went to Royal Rumble once, and it was San Antonio, and I was on the floor, and I couldn't really see anything. So I'd like to go to a Royal Rumble, but also it's like I'm probably more valuable at home doing a review than I am trying to get out of a venue for 2 hours. So,
right.
WrestleMania weekend's incredible. It's always a blast.
Shevchenko throwing that wheel kick. I was gonna go last year because I was booked to wrestle during WrestleMania weekend, and
did you have Nick Gage?
So I'm gonna tell the story in totality on a Fightful Select podcast sometime. But this guy wanted to do a worked Brawl for All thing, and he was the promoter, and he's since like been revealed as like he was a shady guy. So I'm super glad I didn't work him. But like I was worried that he might like keel over during the thing. Not because I was going to beat the shit out of him or anything, but I was going to lay it in because, like, let's be real. If I go in there and I look really, really terrible doing something like that, I'm going to get torn to shreds on the internet. But I was just like, man, this ain't going to be good. So I hit up Barry Horowitz. And I was like, Barry, you're local. Can you come work me? And he was like, can you send me some of your stuff? So I did. And he was like, fuck yeah, I'll work you. And I almost had it ready to go. And then that's when the pandemic started to hit, I was quick to say, guys, sorry. I know you all named this show after me, but gonna have to say I'm not coming, not risking it. And fortunately, it didn't happen. I'll never do a show like that built on my name again because I didn't have much input in it at all.
Wow.
That was the Serve Tall show, right?
Yes. And I love one of the people who was helping promote it, but the other person I didn't know that well. I had spoken to a few times, but and what we're not talking about in the fight is basically nothing.
Right.
It's Murphy swinging at air and Shevchenko occasionally punching her in the face. But
got us caught up.
I had some reasonable input. Like I said I wanted Gresham and Yehai to wrestle, and they were going to wrestle. I was like, hell yeah, that's cool. But there were people I wanted booked on that show that they could have put on there, and they didn't put on there.
Wow.
But I also don't want to do matches against non-wrestlers because I don't want to get hurt doing
what about
something.
You versus Alvarez? That'd be a good one.
I would love to work Brian Alvarez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
That'd be a fun story. There's a lot that you can do with that.
I mean, Brian. People play that one fucking clip of him hitting the ropes. I mean, he's a good worker. He's a good worker, and he is a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and I think there's a lot of good spots that we could do in that. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw him work BLP.
Yeah.
I mean, he's solid.
Which I haven't trained since before the pandemic, so I'd be the shits. I mean, I'm probably the shits anyway, but I haven't trained in a long time.
So that's the end of was that the fourth round?
Third round.
Third, jeez.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
I mean, it's just been all Shevchenko.
You know how Dana normally kills fighters for not finishing when they can. I wonder if he ever goes that route with Valentina.
I hope not, because you don't want to piss her off. She's been such a good company woman. Like Sean was saying, fighting twice a year and all that.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I just know how Dana can be.
Oh yeah, I know. Curtis Blades fought earlier tonight, and I remember, I guess it was last year when he fought Alexander Volkov, and he beat Volkov by decision. And after the fight, the whole interview was Dana White just talking about how that win didn't even count in his eyes, all this stuff. And it was well, that's got to feel great being Curtis Blades. You just won a 5-round main event, and the boss is telling the whole world that he doesn't care. So we're in championship rounds officially.
Shocked by that.
Weird.
She's tough. I'll give her that. She's tough.
That she is.
I mean, this match is going way longer than I thought, but Valentina's still just running away with it, obviously.
Yeah, it's been all Shevchenko. And they were showing in the highlights. I mean, even the stuff that I thought just kind of grazed Murphy actually landed a bit more than I thought it did.
Well, and I feel like she's literally just here to survive. She's not here to win. She knows that.
And I would hope that wouldn't be the mindset for someone like Murphy, who's got to know this is your one chance. I mean, you're not getting another opportunity unless this is incredibly close somehow.
But I think at this point, when you're 3 rounds in with her, you're not going to win. You know what I mean?
Whoa. Oh, okay. Shevchenko just tripped, and the whole crowd just went, just lost it for a second.
Well, it kind of, if you're way up in the upper deck, you might think she actually got knocked down from a Superman punch.
Yeah, that's what it looked. Murphy steps on Shevchenko's foot, and that's what caused it. They just said on commentary. Oh, nice jab by Shevchenko. Nice body kick.
Ooh.
Hey, Sean, how did the MMA guys come across on Rampage? Because I know the internet's kind of divided on I love the Masvidal and American Top Team Lambert stuff, but I know a lot of people don't.
So a lot of the home audience doesn't like it. I can tell you it was hot live. It just was. It was hot live, especially when Masvidal showed up.
Yep.
I mean, they loved him live, and there was a hilarious spot they didn't show on TV. Tony Khan came out, and when Tony Khan comes out there, he's so over the top, and he's finger in the face, and Junior Dos Santos shoots a power double on him and just spins him around in midair.
Really?
It was so funny. Yes.
Wow.
It was so funny. He was loving it. Junior Dos Santos was pumped up. I got to say, Paige Van Zant plays that bitchy crony so well that just yeah, let me hit him, girl. Oh my God. Because she's so good at that, playing that over.
Shevchenko's about to finish this fight, y'all, just so.
Okay.
Oh, she landed a head kick. She's
boy.
My God. Just don't take her down, Valentina. Just finish her. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, she's got side control, and I think she's just going to rain elbows and punches till they stop.
Oh.
Damn. I'm still behind.
Well, she added something to the highlight reel.
It's Lauren's trying to just wrap up and survive it, though. But yeah, I know what you mean, Sean, with Paige Van Zandt. It's kind of like Gregory Iron-ish.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy's the best heel. Like we want to cheer him so bad that he's such an asshole. It's like, man.
See, like right here, like, stand up. Just get up and stand up. She's done.
Yeah, Shevchenko had her like against the ropes. I'm surprised that she hasn't finished this.
Wow.
Oh, Shevchenko's raining elbows again, though. She's still got a minute. She's raining down. That just got stopped. Peterson's in there.
Did it?
Yeah, it's over.
And still.
Oh.
4th round TKO. Dominant.
Damn.
I mean, that wasn't even remotely competitive.
No.
That was like a sparring practice for the most part.
For real. And like the crazy thing is like Lauren Murphy against like anyone else who's like ranked near Shevchenko, it's a competitive fight. Like
yeah, exactly. It would have been if Murphy pretty much almost fights anybody else. I mean, it's probably a close fight.
Yeah. I'd like to see Murphy on Andrade. After Andrade won again tonight, that might be a good fight for both of them. But yeah, Shevchenko landed some punches, landed a head kick, and then just a barrage of punches.
So Jake Shields said that Nick wanted to do the fight later, but was pressured to take it before he was ready. People care about money, not his health.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that, but at the same time, like, it's always something with the Diaz brothers.
Oh, one gajillion %.
Like, they're my dudes. I love them, but, like, I can keep it real when it comes to that, too. Like,
there's a lot of drama.
Yeah, there's always all these exceptions and whatnot. But, oof. All right. Well, I'm interested here after they announce the official winner here, Cormier surely will ask Shevchenko what she wants next and if she wants to fight Nunez. And I think Shevchenko just needs to straight up call her out.
I mean, Dana said the fans keep talking about it, and as long as she wins her fight and Nunez wins her fight, then he's open to it.
When are her and Pena rescheduled? Like December or something?
Yep. Looks like it'll be the same card as Oliveira and Poirier.
Okay. That's a great fight, too. Yep. I love Oliveira. Like, he's unreal right now.
So many people think that Dustin's going to win, too, and I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I love Dustin, too. Love that dude. But, like,
yep.
I just don't see him beating Oliveira. So we got Cormier interviewing Shevchenko. I've been looking at the TV, so I didn't realize Sean was gone. Good time to remind y'all. Super chats, keep those coming in. We'll make sure to put those up on the screen, answer any questions you got. If you have any predictions for the main event, send those predictions. I'll try to keep an eye on them here, but if you want them highlighted and he wants to talk about them, make sure to send the super chat. Rob Reed with the super chat that says, how many punches was that combo? Holy hell. That's a great question, Rob. That final combo between the punch, the kick, and then the following punches, it looks like probably around 8 or so. I mean, it was it was like punch, kick, and then probably like a 6-piece combo after that. And thank you for the super chat, Rob. We very much appreciate that. And make sure to subscribe to FightfulSelect.com, the most direct way to support Fightful. And I'll have a new Weekender episode up tomorrow, y'all. Anyone who listens to that show on Fightful Select. We got GCW results. I got a recommended show on IWTV. Got Ring of Honor, Impact, a whole bunch of stuff to talk about tomorrow. It's going to be fun. And here we go. Oh, I thought Cormier was about to ask about Nunez. And he's like, hey, there's something I've been wondering a long time. Can I get a selfie with you? And then he just
took want that photo up.
Yeah. So we got one more fight, y'all.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Official predictions. I'll just go starting down. So, Sean, you got Volkanovski or Ortega?
I got Volkanovski.
I've got Volkanovski as well. Rob?
Same.
Volkanovski. Doug?
I got Ortega. T-City. What's up?
There you go. Like I was saying, you'll have to send those super chats. We'll make sure to put your predictions, questions, comments, all that stuff up on the screen, and we'll answer them for you, read them out, all that good stuff. She's I sort of said something about Tiger Muay Thai, and then I realized she was not speaking in English at the moment.
Rob Reed says, how many punches was in that combo? Holy hell.
Yeah, we read that one out where you were gone. I think it was like 8 or so. Like something like that. It was like a punch, a kick, and then like a 6-piece combo or something like that. Like that was nasty.
Mark Ramondi said Shevchenko just dominated a high-level UFC fight and decided to speak in like 17 languages in her post-fight interview.
I'm pretty sure she speaks 7 languages. Oh, there's the man that took out Jericho.
Yeah, Masvidal in the crowd. I love that, by the way. I marked out hard for that whole thing. Like, especially when I saw Masvidal like kind of up against the turnbuckles, I was like, oh my God, if he does the kney. Like,
it was good. He did really good.
When he hit the canvas, just like he did to Ben. It's the same thing.
And then, like, everyone was tweeting about it, and Askren was like, y'all owe me royalties. Whew. So Volkanovski, the slight... Okay, the over-under is 4.5 rounds.
Man, I'm so far behind you guys. Also, gotta say, I agree with EKC Layden. Stop saying regardless of gender when referring to the dominance of a champ. They're just dominant. They're just dominant in general. And she is. My God. I would so much rather see Shevchenko and Nunes again than Nunes and Pena.
Same. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's like a perfect end of the year type of fight.
Yeah.
I mean, but Shevchenko might need time to put on that size. BRB got a call.
Cool. I think I saw on there, it said the Volkanovski by submission was like plus 1,600.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Oh, no, either do I. That's like the last thing that I would expect. But, so I got to mute my mic just real quick. Just want to say.
Showing the opening video package here. Fight's going to get started soon.
Yeah.
Ortega, like in that side-by-side or that side profile photo they had there, it looked like Von Wagner for a little bit.
Right?
I was like, look at that forehead.
Like, holy crap, he shrunk.
He went to the same high school as ODB.
Von Wagner?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, who's Von Wagner? Wasn't he like an NXT guy that just...
Yeah. 2.0.
Was he the dude who was in like the 4-way match?
He replaced Kyle.
Oh, there you go. That's okay. I mean, I don't want to talk about it because I haven't been watching, so I'm just not a good gauge for like any of it. But I did see that Rick Steiner's son looks like a stud, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Like I told you, I'd seen him. I knew about him a little bit because he's from my area. Like he played football for Kennesaw State, which is like right up the street from where I live. So like I was aware of him because everyone knew that like Scott Steiner had this like stud football player son who he was a good football player at Kennesaw State, which is like not a football school, but he was like a standout player there. So I had high hopes for him in WWE, and it looks like he's doing well. Obviously, everyone's making fun of the name and everything, but
I mean, yeah, he looks like the future. 2 weeks in, he looks like the future.
That's awesome, though. Like
it is, and it's like this is the guy who didn't have the amateur wrestling background of a Brock Lesnar, who, you know, you could say the first time you saw Brock Lesnar, well, you knew he was going to be the future because the guy already knows how to fall. You know, he knows how to do all this cool stuff. And even then, when most people saw him, I think Brock had more time in than Braun Breaker does, because I think Brock had a good maybe 2 years in, and Braun Breaker's had 8 months.
Wow, yeah. I remember I can't believe how long ago it was, but I remember Brock like being in developmental, because I remember that was like when like Ron Waterman was also there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember thinking
H2O
those were going to be
Waterman.
I remember thinking that those were going to be the two dudes.
A cheap Fightful Select plug. If you guys go to Fightful Select, there's a bit of a hidden menu feature there called Dark Match Commentary. And I did dozens of commentary tracks over dark matches like that, like with Ron Waterman and Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin and people from that era that they would do before Raw, but they wouldn't add commentary tracks to them. So I did a bunch of them, and there's a lot of like hidden gems and hidden shit as well in there. But like there's Vic Grimes against Crash Holly was one that I thought was going to be really bad, and Vic Grimes was rad.
Oh, wow. This entrance is wild.
So they're coming out in like these kind of like EDM looking masks or something. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not that hip. I don't know too much.
Yeah, me neither.
So Joel said Braun had wrestled in 2018. Wow, I didn't even know that.
And that's the only point of difference in the name between him and Strowman, huh? It's BRON versus BRAUN.
Yeah.
It's said the same.
It's very weird that they went that route.
Yeah.
Looks like he's in a rave.
And Darian, yeah, that's ODB, the wrestler I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that was Darren. I'd asked that.
Speaking of dark matches, when I was at a Raw in like Kansas City, I saw Brock versus Billy Gunn before Brock debuted.
Oh boy.
And he did the shooting star press. Like that was a normal thing for him back then.
So there are two different ways that you'll see people do a shooting star press or even a moonsault. There's the way where they bend their neck and do it, and it looks really smooth. Then there's one where they're just so big and athletic, they'll chuck themselves up, they'll grab their own knees, and then they'll unravel themselves and land. And that was Brock. And you'll kind of see that with Apollo Crews doing his standing moonsault too. He doesn't like tuck his head backwards. He just launches, revolves in midair, and then unravels. That's a different body type and special stuff right there. Shelton did 450s in dark matches too.
Right. That's wild.
I mean, it's just unreal.
I remember like Paul London used to do the tuck on his shooting star press, and he used to look really good. He used to get so much air. I love Paul London.
Yeah, the Brock Lesnar match I saw for a dark match was him and Shelton came out with Governor Jesse Ventura, and
nice.
They wrestled one guy that I don't remember, but the other guy was Bam Neely from ECW. He went by Magnus Maximus or something like that.
Look at Mark Coleman looking like he ready to get in there.
Where? I'm not seeing it. Did he come out with Ortega? Where?
He's right up front row with Boz Rutan and them like just staring them down while they're getting ready to go in.
Okay, yeah. So Ortega is in the octagon. I feel like it was just yesterday he shaved all his hair off, but I guess it's been that long, huh? Since he saw this. So he has like long braided hair again.
Yeah, honestly,
that Land Down Under song.
Honestly, show-wise, this fight really needs to deliver. Otherwise, this is pretty underwhelming to a lot of people.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah, it's a good point. Volkanovski's starting to make the walk. Ooh. Every time I see the Aaron Carr's name in the chat, I just think about Aaron Carter.
Me too.
I can't undo it.
I don't look at these cards. I just looked at the 267 card. I'm very excited for Blachowicz and Teixeira.
Yes.
I badly want Teixeira, old man Teixeira, to win a title he'll be 42 when that fight happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a dude who nobody expected to climb back up to a title shot. And he just step by step just kept taking out good fighter after good fighter, and the next thing you knew, he's the rightful number one contender. That's
another one that deserves it.
Yep, 100%.
And did it on less than glamorous cards and stuff like that. Wasn't on a bunch of pay-per-views or anything like that. Hasn't been on a pay-per-view since 2017.
Wow, and he's not going to be on pay-per-view again for that because that's the free pay-per-view.
Oh, is it?
It's on ABC.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll do a fight night for that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, it's starting in the day though. It's like a daytime one.
Yeah, that makes sense why they're doing that. And unfortunately, I know Aljamain got pulled from that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they might be able to get Sandhagen though to replace.
That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Although I think Jan and TJ would have been awesome, but TJ's got surgery, so he's out.
Yeah. Because it should have been TJ. Love him or hate him, he did beat Sandhagen, but it was such a good fight that you can still easily sell Sandhagen versus Jan.
I'm drawing a blank. Why is TJ having surgery? He
got injured in the fight. Yeah. I don't know I think it was a shoulder or something.
Okay, now I remember.
I was just thinking about the light heavyweight division, and I was like, geez, where's Johnny Walker? It's been a year since he fought, and then I see he's fighting next weekend.
Yeah, him and Santos.
It's a good fight. Main eventing, I'll never understand main eventing a card with somebody who's lost 3 straight fights. I think that's very weird, just because they formerly challenged for a title.
Yeah. Especially because the UFC is also pretty likely to cut you if you're on a 4-fight losing streak or something. So you go from main eventing to not even in the company after if you lost. Also,
I thought Bet Kohea was retiring, and I see that she's on the card next week.
Yeah, still doing it.
This might be a retirement fight.
Yeah, it was her retirement fight. That's what it was. But yeah, I just remembered her she had announced her retirement fight a year ago, and it never happened.
There you go.
She had the appendix thing.
Yeah.
And that's why. My gosh. Who do I have next week? Santos or Johnny Walker? I probably got Santos.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's 51-49 for me. I think that Santos is more refined.
It's just hard for me to pick Johnny Walker ever again after he hurt himself doing the worm. It's just
that's something, man.
Not everybody can be Scotty Too Hottie.
I know. Turned out that there was a lot more skill to what he was doing than
Sean, you've got 109,000 followers. How do you determine who you're going to respond to when this poor kid that's trying to defend Nick Diaz?
I saw that too.
Well, so I've got a quality filter on. So if they haven't registered their email, their phone, I don't see it.
Okay, cool.
So I definitely don't see that usually, but it's complete. It's a crapshoot usually. But my gosh,
I didn't even know you could do that. What you just said.
I didn't either.
But yeah, I had to because I was responding to too many trolls. Now, I do respond to trolls because I want our audience to know that I don't want the money of people who are giant pieces of shit. Like,
right.
I constantly say that. Like, I'm not going to miss your $5 if you're a piece of shit. I won't. And as a result, we've got the most broad female base and most broad demographics across every other measurable way of, as far as percentages go, of pro wrestling websites. And I think we've got a really smart audience too. And when you got a smart audience, that welcomes a whole lot more people. And when you have a more educated audience, they're more likely to invest in you, whether it be their time or subscribing. So there's a method to the madness when I dunk on a troll. I promise you guys. Quality filter is life. Deanna and Chelsea put me onto the quality filter. They're like, you gotta get that thing on. I actually usually end up seeing stupid shit when one of the people that I follow replies to something underneath.
Yeah, I apologize a lot for that.
I always pop on your Photoshops, Rob. That's always getting me.
Yeah, they were big this week.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I was getting those
hell of a main event we got right here.
I was getting those Photoshops of Sean at the airport, different airplane movies he was in.
Buddy, that's a nightmare. That was
I know.
That was horrible. But I actually had somebody from WWE that's like, I saw the travel woes. I hope that's okay. And I was like, the fact that I am even in a position to be flying on an airplane to and from New York City means I'm doing all right. So
right.
If that's the worst thing that happens to me, I think I'll be okay.
Well, and I saw like you and Alex Zane both being like delayed.
Oh yeah,
like it sucks.
Everybody in New York, it was rough, man. It sucked, but
and Andrade too, I think, right?
Yeah, American Airlines sucks. I mean, I'm glad they got us out of there, but had they not boarded that plane hours earlier and already had us on the plane, I think they would have canceled it. They scanned our tickets. They didn't want to have to refund our money and put us up in a hotel. So
Right.
They wanted to get us the hell out of there. So I just didn't want to sit on an airplane that wasn't moving for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's awful.
Plane ride from hell, man.
Honestly, this fight, I mean, it could be fight of the year. It's that good.
Yeah. The fight just started, by the way, on my screen. We're underway.
Yeah, I'm started.
And for those of you who've asked, me, Sean, and Rob all have Volkanovski. Doug has Ortega.
Yep.
You send your predictions in a super chat. We'll put them on the screen and read them out for you.
Yeah, please leave a thumbs up if you're here. Subscribe, all that good stuff. It really means a lot.
New Weekender podcast tomorrow on Fightful Select.
Hell yeah.
Subscribe over there if you're a fan of pro wrestling.
I had somebody that sent me a DM and said, what show is the one that I'm going to do where I would be talking about stuff like Serve Tall? I'm going to do one about a lot of the stuff like I'm going to do one about covering Double or Nothing 2019, covering All Out 2021, the Serve Tall show, starting Fightful. I'll be doing a lot of stuff like that, and occasionally I'll have guests that are pertinent to those. And just want to do some added value for you guys. Always looking for ways to get you guys more for your money. And some of you are into that shit. Some of you all aren't. So yeah, I'll be doing that eventually.
It's wild to see the growth. Like,
yeah.
When I came on with the Weekender, I can't even remember how many people. Now there's like 4,000 people on there.
4,400.
That's unreal.
And that's just the individual subscribers. There's a lot of people who account share. So anytime we post something, it goes directly to 5,000 people, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome. I took that show over for you in like the end of 2018. Do you have any idea what the count was? Maybe 1,000? Like, I can't.
What then? Oh,
yeah.
No. At the end of 2018, it was like a few hundred.
I can't even remember. It's been so long already.
We hit 1,000, I feel like less than a year ago.
Oh, that's right. And then it just really blew up over the
Oh, did that hurt Volkanovski there?
I see Volkanovski holding the center of the octagon again now.
Well, when he got hit, he kind of backed up a little bit, and the crowd popped. And I didn't know if that one actually hurt him. He looks fine now. But I couldn't tell why the crowd was excited.
I think I'm about a minute behind you guys.
I'm at 220, just so you know, Rob.
226 for me.
Yeah, tomorrow we will be doing the watch along on Twitch for WWE Extreme Rules 2, just to let people know.
There you go. I hope you guys enjoy that show.
It's going to be the most extreme show that I think we'll watch.
Yeah, I've got a Wrestle Rumble entry though, so I have some vested interest in.
Yeah, shout out to our friends at WrestleRumble.com. Check them out if you guys are into making predictions and all that stuff. It's not just straightforward predictions. It's how long it will take somebody to win, how many tables will be broken, etc. Love the guys at WrestleRumble.com. I legitimately play it every single time, and I think a lot of them is people in general.
Yes, Matt's a great dude over there.
So Volkanovski has a cut under his eye, and Ortega's nose got hit really hard where it's starting to bleed.
Yeah. Volkanovski got a cut under his left eye, and I think Ortega has a cut as well under his left eye, doesn't he?
Volkanovski's counters and feints have been very good in this.
Just looks like Ortega's nose is cut.
Yeah, I thought I maybe saw a little blood, but I think you're right.
It was a pretty big shot. Ortega felt that one.
Oh, it's right above his left eye. I can see a little bit of on Ortega.
Okay, yeah. Yep, you're right. Ooh, good shot there.
Looks like almost a headbutt there. Unintentional, of course.
So this is just strictly stand-up right now.
Yeah, they haven't hit the ground once, have they?
Mm-mm. Oh! Looked like I hurt him a little bit. That's the thing that I was telling Steven is that I think the two wars between Max Holloway has definitely damaged some of Volkanovski.
I mean, they both look pretty good right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those wars, you never know. I mean, some people are just never the same after that kind of stuff. Multiple wars like that.
I just think it's that Yoel Romero, Robert Whittaker effect.
That's kind of showing on both guys now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Robbie
right.
Lawler and Rory McDonald, like, just never the same.
Yep. Yeah, I saw Rory. I think he lost his most recent fight in PFL.
He did.
Yeah.
Man, talk about it's a fall from grace.
Right.
Just like no buzz around him anymore.
I remember there was a period of time that, like, if GSP wasn't the champion and they weren't so close, Rory probably would have been the welterweight champion. But out of the loyalty, then, he never fought for the title. And by the time he was able to fight for the title, it was just kind of too late.
Rory is kind of like Islam right now, like for Khabib, like GSP and Khabib, and like Khabib now is the Islam is for the Rory, and same thing, like the protege.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, gosh, I just looked at Rory McDonald. He's only won 2 of his last 7 fights.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Lost to Ray Cooper III, who has been on a hot streak lately.
Yeah.
Which is.
Yeah.
But
Ray Cooper's definitely been one of the better fighters for PFL.
He's one of those guys, like, nothing is foregone. Like, I mean, he might beat Jake Shields or Rory McDonald, and he might lose to, like, Doomsday Howard. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Did you look to see the difference in reach? Because it sure looks like Ortega has a much longer reach.
I did not see that. I mean, I know it was on the tail of the tape, but I
didn't look.
I think most of it looked pretty even though. From
it might be, But it seems like his jab is being effective for sure.
Ortega landed a good leg kick.
Ooh, did he ever? Turned him around.
Volkanovski is kind of switching stances back and forth now a little. Ooh, good exchange.
What's crazy is Ortega is a jiu-jitsu guy, but I mean, he can crack.
Yeah, I do think it'd be smart for him just to attempt a takedown, like
Agreed.
to see how. Because I feel like that's such a mental advantage. If you're a better grappler and you can just get an early takedown, just to know in your own head, like if you have to get a takedown, you know you can do it.
It also opens up the strikes, right? Because then Volkanovski has to be worried about getting taken down. Look at that. He had a chance and he just let it go.
Tay landed a decent combo there.
He's doing all right, though. Volkanovski's head now is cut on the side, too. They're both punishing each other.
Something we hadn't mentioned. I know me and you did on our show, Doug, but like Ortega changed a lot about like his preparation and his camp and everything after he lost to Halloway.
Yeah.
So like the guy we saw fight Korean Zombie was like a new version of Ortega and like.
Yep.
Ooh, that was damn close to landing a head kick right there for Ortega.
Ooh. You're just a little ahead of me, Steven.
Gotcha.
Oh, good combination there. Oh.
Yeah.
So I had Volkanovski winning that first round, obviously, but it just doesn't seem like one's going to be put away that early. Like,
no, this is going to be a war of attrition.
Yeah, Ortega doesn't seem out of his depth or anything. This is a far cry from the first two fights that we watched, obviously, which we didn't hardly expected Ortega to be out of his depth. I mean, my God, he's a great fighter.
Yes.
I feel like Ortega's always got a shot with that uppercut, though, that he hit Edgar with.
Oh, brutal.
Like, his Volkanovski is pretty similar in size to Edgar, like height-wise and stuff, it seems.
Seems like Ortega's being pretty successful when he just throws straight punches.
Yeah.
Ortega's another one. It feels like he never fights anymore, just because.
Yep.
Since the Halloway fight, this is only his second fight.
Yeah. This was supposed to happen like months ago, and then Volkanovski had COVID, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
And then they got it set up already where the winner of Halloway Yair will get the next crack. And Halloway and Volkanovski was so close both times that like that's a sellable trilogy if Volkanovski wins this.
Mm-hmm.
I love Yair though, man. That Korean Zombie is one of my favorite fighters ever, but that last second knockout of Zombie was like the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit him like amazing. This. Like oh.
Oh. They don't know where the blood's coming from. The blood's coming from the top of his head because I remember when he first cut him, it's just dripped down to his ear now.
For Volkanovski?
Yeah.
It's the end of the second round.
Man, this is a pretty even fight.
They're talking trash between rounds. Herb's got to separate.
There you go. I love it. Stare him down, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can clearly see on Volkanovski where that cut's coming from. Good shout on that.
He's got Ortega has a cut above his, right at his eyebrow.
Yeah, right over the left eye. But at least it's on the edge of his eye, so it should.
Yep.
For those of you watching that may be newer or don't really follow MMA, when it comes to the cuts, the one thing you never want is a cut over your eye where the blood's dripping into your eye, because that's how you'll get a fight stop. But if it's dripping around your eye, they'll let it keep going. So Ortega's cut seems to be okay. Yeah,
those eyelid cuts really are the most damaging.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the actual eyelid. Yeah.
Yes.
That freaks me out. Like even thinking about that. It's like a weird one for me.
I love the intensity, though.
Oh, yeah. They touch gloves before the third round. So it seems like it's just kind of like competitive banter between the two. They're just super hyped up.
Yep.
Ooh, good leg kick by Volkanovski, buckled Ortega.
Do you think it's clearly 2-0 for Volkanovski, Steven, or do you think it's close?
I think it's close. I think Volkanovski won the first. I think the second one is like
much closer.
Yeah,
yes.
That's one of those where like I wouldn't be upset if they went Ortega. I think Volkanovski won it, but like I wouldn't argue the other way. You know what I mean?
I feel the same way. I think it's a Volkanovski round, but it's one of those where it's possible that Ortega got that and MMA judging, right?
Ooh, exactly. Good punch there.
Ooh, he hurt him. Ortega like stumbled a little bit.
Yeah,
he's backing up.
He's starting to hit. Volkanovski's starting to really connect.
What was it though? Did they butt heads or did Volkanovski land a punch? It was so fast that I missed exactly.
It looked like he got him on the chin.
Okay. Because they've come dangerously close a few times to headbutting each other.
Well, don't worry. I'm way behind, so I'll let you all know exactly.
Yeah, please. Oh.
I mean, that's one thing you can definitely say about Volkanovski's camp, man. Like their stand-up game, all those dudes, like Hooker and Adesanya and him and those guys, like they got some damn good training partners for the stand-up.
For sure. This is honestly pretty similar to the Max Holloway fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised Ortega hasn't like just shot a single or something. Just like
he's got that machismo in him, man. He's just a tough guy. He's just willing to stand and bang.
Yeah. I mean, it's admirable. It's badass, but like
it's not going well.
City, I mean, that the whole nickname Triangle City, right? Like
yeah.
You'd think he might try to go for a submission.
Ortega's face is a mess at this point.
Damn.
Yeah, Volkanovski's starting to pull away, at least physically. Like, yeah, Ortega's starting to wear this fight a lot more.
Ortega's also starting to wipe the blood out of his eyes.
Yep. Spending time doing that. And when he does.
Good left from Ortega. He's trying to choke. He's going for a guillotine.
Oh!
He's got a mounted guillotine on top on Volkanovski.
Oh!
Holy shit. Herb standing right over him.
That's the last person you want on top of you.
He got out of it.
Ooh. I'm at 213 still, so I haven't seen any of this.
Oh, you'll start seeing it in about 15 seconds, Sean.
There it goes.
Oh, okay.
Boy, he was all over that one.
Ortega's working it. It looks like he was trying to work a Darce, but Volkanovski countered it for a takedown. Now he's on top. Oh my God.
Volkanovski looked like my cat running in his sleep.
Wow.
Oh, just kicking those legs. Got out of it. That was smooth.
All right, show the triangle.
Yeah, so Volkanovski's got Ortega. He's currently in full guard, but he's landing ground and pound. But this is also like what Ortega would kind of where you want to be if he wants to throw up a triangle.
I love that Ortega immediately, like as soon as he laced the arm underneath his body lock on that guillotine, he tried to keep.
Triangle.
He put him in the triangle. He got him.
He did.
He got him in the triangle right after.
He's not getting out of that. He's not getting out of that,
dude. He's
not getting out of that,
dude. The defense from Volkanovski ran. Oh, he got out.
No way.
Volkanovski got some damage before, as I'm not at the triangle yet. He got some damage in before that.
He did.
That might be it. That might be it for Ortega, dude. He just laid down on his back.
And Ortega's getting lit up now on the ground.
Yeah.
For Volkanovski, that's the danger of throwing a lot of those punches on the top, because if your posture's not all the way up or all the way down.
Stop this. You can tell.
If your posture's not all the way up or all the way down, you leave yourself way open for a triangle, especially.
I don't know if Ortega can even get to his corner.
So the round just ended. Ortega just got beat down on the ground. Herb was right on top of it. Ortega might not be able to answer the bell.
That was an incredible round. That was incredible.
His corner just had to pick him up and put him on the bench.
There's no way he should. Oh man, he was done.
Leave a thumbs up, guys. Volkanovski was laying it in anytime he was on top and he could. He was laying it the fuck in.
Ortega's face is a mess.
Well, that might be the best round instead of the other one in the prelims.
Oh, man. Yeah, the Davis Valley and Marias. I mean, yeah, 2 killer first rounds. Ortega's corner is like telling him you have to finish right now. This is it.
I don't know if you're Ortega's corner, how do you throw him back out there?
Yeah.
Title fight.
He's young. I get it. He can handle it.
Yeah.
Look at the
doctor's talking to him already though. They're looking at him.
Yeah, he's beat up, man.
I mean, he looks beat up, but I've seen people in worse condition than this continue. If it comes down to it. Oh no, he can't see.
Yep.
Oh, he's saying he can't see. The doctor is doing a bunch of tests right now to see if Ortega can see or not. The only downside for this is if this fight continues, Volkanovski this is kind of screwing him, because this should be time Volkanovski has to tee off.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you hear that?
No.
Herb Dean just had his fingers up. He had one hand up or one finger up. He said, "How many fingers you're holding up?" Ortega says 1. And then as Herb, before Herb can leave, Ortega said 2. He's just guessing numbers, but Herb didn't hear him say 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is not going to go well.
Ortega was literally just guessing numbers. He was looking at the doctor and asking. He had no idea how many fingers Herb D was holding up just then.
I mean, Volkanovski surviving the guillotine and the triangle is what won him the fight. That Brian had nothing after that. He was done.
And that triangle was nuts too, because he Undertaker, Brock Lesnar stared him right in the face. They were both on the ground. He just stared him right in the eyes while he was in the triangle before he got out of there. That was nuts.
I can't believe that wasn't stopped either. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh well. We'll see what goes.
Yeah. I mean, Ortega's still. I mean, he's clearly beat up, but he's still moving forward. If I'm Volkanovski, well, I say he should take him down again and just ground pound him more, but but Ortega did come close with that triangle.
If I'm Volkanovski, I'm throwing caution to the wind. His reflexes aren't the same right now.
Nope,
you're right. I'm just going for it.
Yeah, he just threw a nice left hook. Ortega's still throwing combos back at him, though, to his credit.
That 4th round really separated it on the stat sheet, too. It was pretty even towards the end of the 3rd, and Volkanovski was really able to pull away. I mean, now, granted, a bit of that time was controlled by Ortega with the guillotine, lesser the guillotine, but more the triangle.
Ortega, no way. Ortega is working it's kind of like a guillotine because he got the arm. Almost like a Darce.
He's on his back, though. Yeah, it looks like a backwards Darce.
I mean, that was best case scenario for Ortega getting that body lock. Because once you get the body lock, he doesn't have to see to know what he's doing.
No.
Right. Now we got Volkanovski in half guard on top now.
Yep. This is where it's over, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he puts the paint on. He has been every single time he gets space and he's on top. He's been throwing stuff hard.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, with Volkanovski, he throws power. He's not a guy that's just a point fighter.
And like in this position, like Volkanovski's in no danger of getting submitted.
Are we in we're in the fourth? We're in the fourth round, right?
Yeah, we're in the fourth right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know one thing. I became a big fan of Ortega in this match now, though.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, he's a hell of a fighter. He could very well be the champ. I mean, he might still win this fight. I mean,
yeah.
But, yeah, and he's still young. I mean, he's only going to keep getting better unless he keeps having wars like this that like screw up his chin or something. But
well, I mean, the Max Holloway fight was absolutely brutal. This is brutal. He can only take so many of these types of fights.
And the Zombie fight was a good fight. He won and stopped him, but he stopped Zombie, didn't he? Or was it a decision? I can't remember.
Yeah, he stopped him.
He stopped him, yeah. See, this is where I get a little worried for Volkanovski, even though it's like, I mean, he's landing heavy, though, in whatever they call this stacked mount or whatever they call that.
Well, and it's full extension, too. Yeah. It's not like little punches.
Oh, this is about to get stopped. Herb Bean is right. Oh. Ortega turns, goes for a leg, but that is not going to work.
Man, Ortega's tough.
He's tough as hell. Pretty much anybody else would have been done by now.
Oh, by yes.
Volkanovski grabbed him by the back of the head like a plum and just pushed him up against the cage.
Damn.
That's that rugby in him.
Yeah. Volkanovski asks Ortega to stand up with him. Ortega is very slow to stand. He can bear. Well, he's moving around a little bit.
Deep breath.
Yeah. But it's literally like you'd think if Volkanovski lands one more clean, just heavy shot to the head, this has got to be it. Only 10 seconds left in the round, though. Ortega about to survive this again.
The fact that he was like dead on the stool and was able to go a whole nother round is crazy.
Yeah. Incredibly admirable. Like, so he's made it to the 5th round now. I mean, assuming he answers the bell.
I love when the corner's like, this is called earning it. This is called getting destroyed and keep fighting.
Did you see what just happened with his water bottle?
Yes, they exploded in his face.
Well, they put the water bottle up to Ortega's mouth, and he's so out of it and like gas that he just breathed super heavy in the water bottle and just flew up into his face.
I got Volkanovski at 4.
4 is
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
At the least 3-1. I mean,
yeah, maybe 3-1. The second round, I'm a little on the fence, but
they're asking Ortega if he wants to continue. He goes, yeah, I'll be all right.
How many hands are attached to my body?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'll say whatever you want. Just don't let any more fucking numbers in my face. I have no idea.
Wow.
Nice left.
That's what's crazy. The third round is going to be memorable about this fight. I mean, so far, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
The crowd's cheering for him.
Yeah.
Man, we're going to get Volkanovski versus Halloway 3.
I'm fine with that, though.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I want a winner. I want to finish.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely possible Yair beats Halloway, though.
Yeah. I think Halloway should definitely be the favorite, but yeah.
No, I agree.
Yair's definitely in there. They're all great fighters.
Yeah. And like, who knows with the year too, like he just been so inactive. If he would have stayed active with the momentum he had, and he's still so young, like Volkanovski's, I can't believe Ortega is like even still standing right now.
I mean, he did this against Halloway too. That's what's crazy. Like this kid is tough.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the spirit of Nick Diaz lives on.
Yeah.
We'll see what kind of excuse he has after, though.
Oh, he'll have plenty. But it's really bad, though, when he had him in 2 deep submissions and he couldn't finish him. That's going to haunt him.
So in the 3rd round, the stats were, I think, like 59 strikes from Volkanovski to 51. That has widened, as we can see. 158 to 85.
Ortega's holding his own right now.
Yeah, he's still throwing back.
Oh.
Nice leg kick. Ortega.
Volkanovski trip.
Nice right hand from Volkanovski. It's wild because, like, Volkanovski is still landing clean shots to the head, and Ortega's still just eating it. He just landed another combo. And I feel like none of this is even against Volkanovski, too. And, like, if anyone, like, you know, is not a finisher or what, yada, yada, like, what more could this guy be doing? Like,
right.
I mean, at some point, you just got to give credit to the opponent for just somehow withstanding it.
He's still landing pretty impressive shots.
Yeah. He's not out of this fight. I mean, Ortega still has another, on my screen, he's got another minute 40 to win.
I'm at 145, so I'm 5 seconds behind you. He's backing Volkanovski up.
Yeah, and, like, you'd think that, like, you know, a lot of fighters in Volkanovski's position right now would, like, kind of just play total defense because it's like he's definitely won, but he's still trying to get the finish out there. He's still standing in the pocket.
Volkanovski's actually bleeding pretty good right now.
On the right side of his face, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Ortega's on autopilot, though, right now.
The thing is, win or lose for Ortega, like, he'll continue to be, like, a main event level guy for them going forward. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Performances like this, I mean, fans are going to keep wanting to see this. Ortega went for a flying knee to the body.
Well, and honestly, he would finish most people.
Yeah.
With this effort, he would beat almost anybody in the division. Volkanovski looked at the clock, 30 seconds left.
Ortega just looked up the clock. They just touched gloves. Just try to throw down till it ends. Ortega's throwing heavy. He's landed.
Oh, man.
Oh.
There's not enough time. Ortega ended the fight strong.
Wow, why can't it be 7 rounds?
Wow.
Oh.
I know.
Damn.
Bring back Pride rules.
What a fight.
Whew. Fellas, I'd love to stick around for the reading of the scorecards. I'm whooped. It's been wonderful. You guys can wrap up. But, guys, please leave a thumbs up if you're watching this. Volkanovski wins just as I predicted. We're out.
Hey, thanks for joining, Sean. All right, there you go. All right, well, that was I think that it's pretty clear Volkanovski won that fight. Let us know in the chat. Do you think Volkanovski won? If so, what do you think the scores were? I think I got to go.
I'm going.
Yeah, I got to go. I'm going to go 4 rounds to 1 just to be generous on that. I'm going to go 4-1.
What's the one you're giving? Because I think Ortega won this last round.
I gave so if I was giving him, I think the second or to Ortega. The 5th round there, I could see the argument for that, especially with how Ortega finished the round. But even then, at best, I would say 3 rounds to 2 Volkanovski.
Yep.
How are you feeling about it, Rob?
I think it's still 5-0, but if anything, it's 4-1 because of that 5th round.
So you would say 5th round would, if Volkanovski won any round, it would have been the 5th.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Ortega, rather.
Yeah. Yep. And the thing is, man, he almost had it.
Go ahead and get rid of these links that are popping up in the chat.
I got them.
Oh, you got it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
You're a professional moderator. I always forget.
Once I see those pop up, I try to go right into YouTube and block them.
Much appreciated. Whew. So we got the decision coming up soon. Man, I mean, Brian Ortega's day may come where he becomes the champion, but I mean, there's really no shame in being the second best guy of an ultra stacked division like featherweight.
Yeah, I'd also be interested in a rematch too, because I feel like Ortega definitely learned a lot in that fight.
So we got the score.
I wish Ortega would focus more on wrestling to get guys down, use his ground and pound.
Unanimous decision.
50-45, 50-44.
Volkanovski, there you go. When I said second best in the division, I would actually say, Hallway would be the second, but y'all know what I mean. Ortega's very much up there. Ortega's a made man in the featherweight division, basically until his performance starts slipping, which has not really shown any signs. He looked great in this fight. It's just Volkanovski just was better. I mean,
who's it? I think Ortega's got the size to go to 155.
He'd be interesting there. 155 is just that's the hardest division to jump into because of the kind of BS you have to deal with, the star power and stuff too at the top of the division.
But he's a star. I think Dana would push him to the moon.
Yeah, and him versus Oliveira is very interesting.
Very.
It's a good call. I gotta mute myself real quick. Just a second, guys.
No problem.
Okay, cool. Volkanovski is saying he did all this for us. Did it for the fans. Did it for The Rock. Did it for the people. Logan Paul tweeted, "This is a movie. I actually can't believe this is real," I think he said.
Huh.
He's like, I don't want to fight these kind of guys.
That's exactly what he's saying. That's exactly what he is saying.
Dustin Poirier saying that Ortega showed the heart of a champion tonight. Tim the Tat Man says one of the best UFC fights I've ever seen. Tim the Tat Man, YouTube streamer, former Twitch streamer. All right, 20 wins in a row for Volkanovski, says.
Impressive.
Poirier. Yeah, he's only lost once in his career, and it was early on.
Everyone's raving about Brian or Volkanovski's cardio, but honestly, Ortega has about the same. They're both crazy.
Yeah. Man, Alexander Volkanovski looked awesome. Are they going to interview Ortega? If they are,
he might have taken too much damage.
He's with him.
Cool.
Crowd's giving him a big, warm reception here. For me asking how close Ortega thought he was to getting those submissions. Ortega said he thought he was done. That little bastard's fucking tough, is what he said. He said he heard him gargling and he slipped out. Say he's a champ for a reason. Nothing but love to him. Ortega being very respectful in defeat.
Good thing for him is this is how you gain more fans.
Yes. His stock definitely rose, even though he lost. Says he wants to reclimb the ladder and get better. Not defined by how he loses, but how you get up and come back.
And he hopes he gets drafted to SmackDown. No.
Well, on that note,
honestly, nobody hopes they get drafted there, so they're good.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us right here on this stream of UFC 266. Hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot of highs and lows today. Thanks to Sean for joining earlier. Thanks to Rob. Thanks to Doug. Thanks for all of you guys. We saw Nick Diaz return for the first time in like 6-7 years. It didn't look great, but it happened. And I'm glad we at least got to see it because I've wanted to see him return for a long time. So at least we got that. But it was not the guy that we're used to seeing. Valentina Shevchenko continues to dominate the women's flyweight division, and Volkanovski Ortega put on one of the best fights I've seen in a while. I mean, that was a hell of a main event. Volkanovski and still featherweight champion. Rob, let the people know where to find you before we get out of here. Did Rob freeze?
Rob froze.
Rob froze. Well, make sure to follow Rob on Twitter at Rob Wilkins. There we go. There he is.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Tell the people where to find you, Rob.
Tomorrow night, you can find me on the Fightful Watchalong on stream, or on Twitch, rather. We'll be doing extreme rolls if you want to torture yourself. Otherwise, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on Twitter. Every Tuesday night, I do AEW Dynamite coverage for Fightful. That's every Wednesday night. I do Dynamite coverage for Fightful. Tuesday nights, I do NXT. And Fridays, right now, I'm doing Rampage. So thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for joining us. And Skol Vikings, both Minnesota Vikings fans, hoping to get the win over the Seattle Seahawks tomorrow. We're like the 4:30 game, whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to look good for us. So
we got this. We got to believe. We're 2 plays away from being 2-0. It's anyways. That's a whole other conversation for another time. Skol Vikings. Doug, let people know where to find you at.
You can find me on Twitter at AllEliteDoug21. And then we also do every Tuesday night, we do a live stream called Live Rounds on YouTube, me and Steven. And we talk all things wrestling and mixed martial arts, boxing, mainly AEW. That's really what our forte is, but we talk about everything. So you can find that YouTube channel under RVD Tito for Life right there at the bottom. And like Sean Ross Sapp said, I was one of the first people he ever saw on YouTube. I'm an OG original, so check out the channel. It's pretty cool, and we definitely cover a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was a fan of Doug's when I was in high school and college, and now we're good buddies and do a show together. Small world.
Yes, sir.
If y'all want to follow me, you can do so at FightTalk_FIGHTTALK_. If you want to watch some good professional wrestling, check out independentwrestling.tv. Use code FightTalk. And subscribe to Fightful Select. I do the Weekender podcast. I'll have a new episode dropping tomorrow, talking GCW, Impact, some IWTV stuff, a whole bunch of stuff, Ring of Honor, pretty much all like the non-WWE, non-mainstream. Although I do cover 205 Live and NXT UK, so a little bit of WWE stuff sprinkled in there. But MLW is back, so got that to talk about. A lot of good stuff tomorrow on the Weekender pod. And you get all of Sean Ross Sapp's breaking news. You get stuff from Rob. You get stuff from, obviously Alex Pulowski, Sour Graps. We got Kate on there more often now and stuff. So it's great. A lot of great content, Jimmy Van, all that good stuff over at FightfulSelect.com. That's the most direct way to support Fightful and everything that we do over here for the website and all the various kind of offshoots of the website. So that'll be it for today. Thank you for joining us on this stream. I don't know when the next fight night's going to be. We'll see, but we're mainly doing the big freak show boxing fights, the big MMA shows. So just stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, y'all, and Skol Vikings.